Hi there, my name's Matt Kemp and I'm here today to talk to you about our music performance and production courses on the Eastbourne campus. We've got a wide range of music performance and production courses here on the Eastbourne campus, and we're really fortunate with the spaces that we've got available for you guys whilst you're studying. Just this space here, for example, is one of our recording studios, and we've got 8 of these for you to use and work with. We've got a wide range of students within the site as well, studying at level 2, level 3, 4, 5 and 6. That gives us an amazing community of musicians, producers and engineers for you all to work with and engage with while studying. Our level 2 and level 3 music performance and production course really focus on developing your music performance and production skills. What I mean by that is you'll be spending lots of time in our recording studios and performance spaces, developing skills using mixing desks, outboard equipment and DAWs like Logic and Pro Tools. In our performance spaces, you'll be developing skills based around your musical instrument, working with live sound, lighting and putting together an amazing show, concert, gig, which we'll then take out into industry and perform at venues local to Eastbourne and Brighton like Concord 2, the Burley Centre, Winter Gardens, Congress and beyond. With regards to work experience and industry placements, we've got lots of connections and links within our network of musicians, producers and engineers for you to try and get some experience either as a gigging musician, a recording artist, an engineer or a producer. We're going to actively encourage you to go and work outside of the classroom, outside of the studio spaces and performance spaces here to get that real world experience. We've got links with local recording studios, local events teams, venues for you to go and get that experience and work with. We also are quite proud of our network of alumni and students who've gone on to be very successful from their studies here. So we'll really encourage you to perhaps reach out to them, work with them and bring them in to run some specialist seminars and workshops. A couple of years ago we had a student studying with us who received an Ivor Novello Award for her work with Clean Bandit. So an amazing songwriter who's now doing some amazing work all over the world with her production skills that she learnt and developed here. So we've got lots of, as I say, links with industry, and we're really keen to build those connections and get you guys working and ready for this kind of really exciting and fast-paced industry. I think something that I get asked a lot at open events is just about what the prospects are like in the music industry. What sort of job can I get from this course? And I'd just like to reassure you that it's not all just about what we see in the media, performing on the live stage or looking cool like me, sitting by a mixing desk at the moment. There are so many other avenues and jobs within the industry, and it is a booming industry. Obviously at the moment with COVID, there are some concerns around perhaps the live sector, but actually other sectors within the entertainment industry are booming. If you're in the world of building sound cards, designing microphones, those sales have skyrocketed because everyone's at home producing and recording in their home studios. So there are lots of different sectors of the industry, the wide entertainment industry, that this course can lead you to. Another example was a female vocalist that was with us a couple of years ago, really concerned at the start of the course that the course might not lead her to be the next Adele or big kind of female artist. She's doing really well now, working as a vocal coach, backing vocalist and releasing her own material, all through the skills that she learnt and developed while studying with us here at East Sussex College in Eastbourne. The way that our courses are broken down in terms of assessment is as real world as we can get. We've worked really closely with our awarding body, University of Arts London, UAL, to design and manage our courses so that you get the most practical experience, which will then help you be ready for industry. There are no exams within our music courses at Eastbourne. It's all practically based assessments throughout the year, helping you build a portfolio and achieve your grade within your final major project at the end of the year. Just like you would have in industry, we're kind of preparing you for that final big recording or live performance show at the end of each year. In terms of equipment, we do expect students to bring their musical instruments in. We do have some here for you to use, but all of our investment in terms of budget really goes into the studio spaces and our performance equipment that's needed to help things sound as good as possible. So most students will want to bring in their own guitars, basses, etc., but we actively encourage that. Obviously some instruments that's a little bit more difficult, so drummers, don't panic, you don't need to bring your whole kit in every day, but perhaps just breakables, definitely drumsticks. Same thing for kind of keyboards, pianos, don't wheel the grand piano in. We've got a couple of uprights here, plenty of keyboards for you to be working on, but certainly basses, guitars, any kind of brass, woodwind, strung instruments, absolutely recommend that you bring those in. As you can see behind me, we're really fortunate with the spec of our spaces that we're working in here. This is probably our most high spec studio that we have here. But yeah, as I say, we're really fortunate with the equipment that we've got. Just next door today, we've got a live drum session set up and ready to record, where we're using probably within the region of £5,000 to £6,000 worth of microphones alone, and they are all here for you guys to use, experiment with and try. And I think it's really important that you have that equipment at your disposal, so that when you go into industry, you've had that experience and knowledge with that kind of high level of equipment, and you're not kind of be stressed out, nervous or worried about being kind of faced or confronted with kit like this. So in terms of visitors to the department, we're really fortunate. We do have some great links with industry. We have a really strong link with quite a famous producer who does come in and run some studio sessions, and certainly run some conversations and talks with students. One of our students that left us a few years ago is now working very closely with this producer, and they kind of share studios now with lots of different project work that they're working on. That producer's worked with some really big artists, currently working with Maxi Jazz from Faithless, but has worked with Dido and various other artists across his career. So again, we're really fortunate that we can bring people like that into the department. And as I say, we've got a number of students that have gone on to be very successful in various bands with their solo projects, but also with their technical projects too, in terms of setting up their own studios and workspaces. And as I say, I think earlier I was talking about the vocalist that was with us. She's gone on to kind of work as a tour manager now, so she really enjoyed the kind of business aspect of organising shows and events, so that's now where she's landed, working as a tour manager alongside her kind of vocal work too. So in terms of trips or visits, we try and at least get all of our students out on at least one trip per academic year. Typically that's to a music kind of conference or trade show, just so that you can see some of the new equipment that's coming out in industry. Typically that's Plaza in London, which is quite a varied show, and again just shows the different avenues that the music industry can take you into. So there's sound, there's lighting there, there's stage effects, there's studios there, but there's also companies like Disney Cruises there who are looking to recruit musicians, backing vocalists, technical crew. So again, lots of different avenues for you to go and explore and talk to people about while studying with us on the courses. In terms of entry requirements for our courses, all students will be invited in for an audition and interview. That's nothing for you to worry about. It's just an opportunity for us to really get a good idea as to where you're at with your musical skill set, your production skills, and we can actually offer a place based on that audition and interview. We're also looking for your GCSE results. So for our level 2 entry requirements, we're looking at 4 GCSEs at the grade 3 or above. And for level 3, we're looking at 5 GCSEs at the grade 4 or above. And that should include English and or maths. I'm sure you've heard it many times, but getting that English and maths sorted whilst you're at school is just going to give you more time to focus on your music studies when you're studying here with us. We'll obviously cater for maths and English in and around your music classes, You won't have clashes, you won't be torn between which subject to go to. Another question that we get asked during our open events is, does this course cater for musicians, producers and vocalists? And the answer to that is absolutely yes, it does. There are lots of different avenues and streams, as I've mentioned previously in this presentation, that we can go on and pursue within this course. But something I'd really like to encourage is for you vocalists out there to come and join us. I know sometimes looking at all of this kit can be a little bit daunting, but it's there to help you. And if you're looking to pursue a career as a vocalist, if you've got an understanding of how this sort of equipment in here works, how it can best work to kind of portray your voice and capture it, that's only going to help you in industry. And for a number of our vocalists that have worked with us in the past, they've then been able to go on and set up their own kind of mini home studios, which has helped them not only with their own voice, but to deliver lessons, to record themselves, and really help promote their material. Another thing that we'll really work with you on is improving and developing your confidence. That's a massive component to being successful within the music and entertainment industry, is just having that confidence to be proud of what you're doing and push your material out there. And we've got a really dynamic and professional team of tutors within our staff group who are experts of that. Toby, for example, within our music performance area, has worked really hard with some students who've been quite anxious and quite lacking confidence when starting on the course, and by the end of the course they're kind of at the front of the stage at the Concorde 2, almost a different person. So it's been really quite rewarding to see that kind of transformation and that build up of confidence in musicians, producers and engineers throughout their time here. So my background within the music industry actually started here. I studied music performance and production. It's a slightly different course when I did it a number of years ago, but this was kind of where I started my qualifications, if you like, in music. Prior to that, it was piano lessons, building my own little home studio, and DJing, actually, just playing music for people's kind of weddings and parties. The course here really kind of inspired me to get my teeth into production and live sound, and that's now what I do alongside my work here at the college. I think that's really important that I'm still working in industry, so that not only can I give students the academic kind of syllabus and curriculum that's needed to achieve the qualification, but I've got that kind of real world experience that I can share with you as to what really happens in industry, and I've got those links and, as I say, that experience to share with you. So I now run my own kind of live sound PA hire company and work as an engineer within that company too. We're really fortunate that is kind of shared across the whole course team. So other members of the team also are currently practicing in industry alongside their work here. It's rare to find that, but again, it's something that we really kind of treasure, and students give us lots of positive feedback on that when they're talking about the projects that we're designing for students to work on. They are current, they are real world, and they prepare students for their next step, whether that's university or actually out into industry in the workplace. When I talk about catering for all musicians, producers and engineers on the courses, I really do mean that. We've got a number of students who are very much focused on their production skills. They're heavily involved with the production of electronic dance music. So when it comes to the live sound stage, rather than perhaps sitting behind a traditional drum kit or piano or singing, they're actually on stage with a computer and a drum machine or just a synthesizer that's been programmed. So we're really kind of open to not just kind of what's happened in music up until this point, but actually looking at how music's moving forwards. Another big part of what we do here is look at promotion and how you might promote yourself as an artist, as an engineer, a producer, and you know, a lot of that for us now is based around social media. So we're very keen to support students, you know, with their own kind of online profile, using things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, but also WordPress. WordPress is central to all of the music students study here. It's a website essentially that we're going to ask you to build and design throughout your time studying, and that's what we use to capture all of the evidence of your work. So not only do we use it to present your work to the awarding body and achieve your grade, but you then have that at the end of your course to celebrate as your portfolio that you can then take out to industry, onto university, and document all of that work that you've worked on whilst you're here with us. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope this has been useful for you just to find out a little bit more information about our music performance and production courses. We're really looking forward to welcoming you back onto our site, and sorry that we've had to just meet with you today via this virtual open event. Yeah, really hope to speak to you soon and be working with you in the near future.